Why anything like a jacket a Bundor? Then politicians stay giving us empty promises. What happened now?
Who don't just? In fact, who rather laying a complete? They will listen to what is in power. The election telling people they are important. After election, we tell they say we are Muslim minority here.
They say the evil mentors live after him, but the good is often interred with his blood. So let him be with Caesar. And what for Clipper? If for Clipper, my people tired of suffering. We need a change. Listen, you're not need to tell me what's happy. I can see it in your eye. No something happy. I can see it. You're not talking, but your heart talking. Telling me you're hungry. You're not getting nothing. You're poor. You can't afford. Some of your life more than dig hole and cover hole. Some of your lost you the civil war. Some of your breadwinners sitting home government said no job. You're fed up with the hard living. Just to survive, some of your inner in the street baking. Because the people who's able to help you, who you're voted for, look at how they turn their back on you. They lie. They're not finished with the poverty reduction strategy. They lie to your division 2030. So empty. So can and give it. At the end, they defeat all of your poverty. Calamity. I wish I was a millionaire. And someone there I know and Ryan, let me make it clear. Instead of Johnny politics, I will build horses. Get loans to the poor so they can pay taxes.
Allah, when me kuli de jainu, me kuli de jainu. Allah, when na de nu, me kuli de jainu, me kuli de jainu. You know what it mean? You get eye, you can't see. You get mob, you can't talk. Your folk can't even walk. Tell me, people hating you because you hear the cap. They go, why you got the man in the cap? No all in the community. What if I say it for those with disability? Then government say they reopen the school. You now see hungry people go to school. Instead of giving job to the jobless, hope to the hopeless, home to the homeless. They manipulate the system and make it worse. Now they come on make it even by the cup of rest. One man in more than 3 positions. The same thing they were against when they were opposition. You tell me what we leading to. So they think they got peace and justice, nothing for the poor. To be your money, they want you sell your soul. Either you cross the road or you bend down low. All Allah, I pray that my people rise. That one day God will show they get all of them cry. Allah, when they me kuli de jainu, me kuli de jainu.
You know, when I see my country blessed with all the natural resources, and yet and still I see my people living in agile poverty, then I question myself, where have we gone wrong? I just wish I had the power to share the national cake, so everybody can have a taste.
For all they say, we go to school, so no job for all, we get pregnant. Hustling in the screen and they have money beyond do. I didn't get what chair, all they take our market, what they want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the state-run university, and everywhere I have applied, they are asking me for 10 years experience, and that is impossible.
We the AFL them widows, the government promised us our husband's benefits, and up to now we can't see it. Good, bro. No.
All right. It is what it is. We sorry for the delay. I would like to say good afternoon, good evening, based on your location, wherever you're watching from, to all of our esteemed followers. Today is another great day, and I want to welcome you to the Humanity Conversation. The Humanity Conversation is a podcast that highlights major human interest stories and development in Liberia and other parts of the world. Today is Wednesday, October 8, 2025. And I'm Morrison, Dassin, Junior, serving as co-host on the Women in Health Talk segment, alongside Chairman Edward and Yasa Wesley, with the rest of the panelists who are going to join us shortly. What do we have for you throughout the show? Today we'll be joined by our guest Esther F. Bundor, who works as a mental health clinician under Ministry of Education. We will take a few minutes of our theme song, and when we get back, not to waste much of your time, we're going to go straight into our conversation. So please stay tuned with us.
Good school. The health sector poor. Now why anything that can jack a bottles? Then politicians stay giving us empty promises. What happened now?
Who don't just, in fact, who rather lay in a complaint to? They will listen to all what they in power. In the election time, people know how important. After election, we thought they say we are Muslim minority.
Yeah. They say the evil a man does live after him, but the goodness often tear with his boot. So let it be with
How you doing, guys?
All right. We'd like to say welcome again. Welcome to the Humanity Conversation. If you just joined, my name is Morrison, Dassin, and I'm in studio with my host on the Women and Health segment, Thelma Edward, alongside Yasa Wesley. We're going to join us shortly, but for now, we have two panelists in studio who's happen to be Thelma Edward, who is the host of the Women and Health Talk segment, alongside our colleague Gabriel S. Blamo. So, guys, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you, Morrison.
Thank you, Morris.
All right, so
Thelma, you can go.
thank you guys so much for joining. So, Tema, today is the Women and Health Talk segment, and you are the host for today's segment. So, I would like to turn the mic over to you, and then while the rest of the panelists, we'll wait the rest of the panelists to join us, so we can go into this conversation. I know our guests will join us shortly, so you can take over from there.
Okay, thank you so much, Morrison. Good afternoon to our panelists, Mr. Gabriel Blamo, and all of our viewers that are watching this live podcast. So, if we discussing women and health, some of the important issues that we're supposed to always be able to discuss on platform like this is the issue of mental health, especially when it comes to women. It's so sad that we are not able to get our guests for now, but our topic on our discussion for today is very interesting. It's all about how gender-based violence affects women mental health. Since we are in Liberia, we are going to narrow it to Liberia. How gender-based violence affects women mental health in Liberia. So, if we are discussing gender-based violence, the first thing we should know is, what is gender-based violence? Gender-based violence is all about carrying on harmful acts or action against a person based on their gender. And in Liberia, in the society at large, we already know that women are always marginalized. Women are always among those vulnerable people, because people see them as, or society see them as people who don't have voice, and they shouldn't have right to certain things. So they are made to be this way, so therefore they should be treated this way. So if you look around in our communities, you will see that most young women, they are into abusive relationships, abusive homes. They are into it, but you'll find out that they can get out of it. Why? Because they have already accepted that mindset. And another reason why I think that it's very difficult for women to live out of abusive relationships, out of abusive home, is because they don't have the right knowledge. Yes, I would say we are progressing when it comes to issues like this. Women are getting aware, but still, there are some women, young women in Liberia, that doesn't know how they can come out of abusive relationship. And also the issue of gender-based violence, they have so many forms. They have physical violence, sexual violence. And some of the common violence that we notice in the community, most often is the issue of rape, sexual harassment, Even non-persistent support. Non-persistent support have to do with the man, the one who can see the man was born plenty children by the women or by a woman, and then he will just dash that children on the woman and leave her alone to cater to this kids' need. So if you find out that women are in the such situation, it carry a lot of weight on them mentally. Tell me, if I get my boyfriend or my husband, he always beating on me, you think I will get peace? So it will always affect their mental health. This is the reason why most often when you get on the street, you'll see that everybody almost they just angry. You'll find that some women they say sometimes say the passes will say hello, they will just get vexed with you. Because why? There is something going behind the scenes, something happening in the background in their homes, but they don't know how to come out. They don't know how to seek help on things like that. So I will pause here for a minute and see if you guys have anything to say. If not, then I can continue.
And yes, uh, all right. So and thank you and our host and Madam Thelma Edward, and you said it right. And actually, have narrowed our society have narrowed the role of women, and some men, or if not most, some men have also taken it as another issue, and concerning women in like you said, in relationships, and as you said, in narrowing, especially when it comes to tradition and customs. Our tradition too is one thing to also narrow the role of women, right? And putting women as being people who only belongs in the kitchen or belongs in the home, right? So and because of some of this, right? And men, some men too have seen it as a yardstick to carry on such a violent or gender violence against women, narrowing them to being only in the kitchen. Somebody who only belongs in the kitchen. So in terms of decision making of the family, decision making of the community, decision making of the country, and they have put women aside, right? But thanks to the voices of many other women, one like you and others who are also want to feel, and some men too who have also joined, and the voices of women to come against the gender violence and to say that women are not only limited or restricted to the home. Instead, taking care of the children is a responsibility of both genders, right? The men too have the responsibility of taking care of the home. Likewise, the woman too has her own responsibility of taking care of the home. So it's not only limited to women. Okay, so with the issue of sexual arousement, it's also a major thing that almost every home within the world, within the country, face. So women who are in the very homes, just that all of them cannot like come and say these things because some are married and some have and men who are respected figures in the bigger society. So they don't come out to say, oh, and because the issue of rape is something that I understand that happens almost in every home, right? Because the fact that and someone refuses to meet with you, even that person can be that person can be your wife, that person can be your long time girlfriend, yes, and that person refuses to have sexual intercourse with you, and that is being used by force. That is also a violence. But now we're saying these are things that we see as being normal, right? Because it's not being reported on a larger scale. But to be frank and to be truthful to the discourse, women are being overlooked, and the gender-based violence is an issue. It's a serious concern, and we must all rally around and support women and make sure that their potentials are seen, their knowledge is being felt within our society. So the gender-based violence it should be is an issue that we as men inconclusive of women have to speak against, have to go against, and have to educate other men that yes, oh my brother or my father or my uncle, right? It is true that there is your wife, and yes, and has our gender-based role has been and divided. She's the one who take care of the home on a larger scale, but notwithstanding, she shouldn't be the only person taking care of the home, or she shouldn't be limited to only being a servant of the home, but rather she should be given a chance to explore own ideas. She should be given a chance to hear her own side of the story on how things can be settled better in the home and how things can also be settled better outside of the home. So gender-based violence is a serious issue, and that issue that we have to join hands, we have to join our voices to that of and our ladies and call on men. But most especially, gender-based violence is being orchestrated on women by men, right? Most it's not women against women, right? It is obviously gender us against women because women most are not
Okay.
strong physically, right? They are not. You guys are women are not strong physically, so we often use this masculine issues to influence their rights and to subject them to being limited when it comes to ideas. But actually, women are not limited when it comes to ideas. Like men, women too have their own sense of reasoning and have their own
Okay.
ideas to move that forward. So that's it. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much, Gabriel.
All right. Thank you so much, Gabriel. We have been joined by our brother from Birmingham County, Judge Big Bailey. Judge Big Bailey having to work with the Magisterial Code in Birmingham County, and he been following the show since we started the show, and he built so much interest in forming part of the discussion today. So we'd like to welcome you to the Humanity Conversation, Women and Health Talk segment on the Humanity Conversation. Welcome, my dear brother.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Josh.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Thelma. Good afternoon to everyone.
Yeah, good
Go
afternoon.
after them, my brother.
Yeah. So I was like following, and then uh got interested when the CEO of the extended hand made mention of the persistent non support. So I said there's a need I join the show so that we can expand the discussion so as to who should or who is responsible? Is it that only men or women on the both side responsible for persistent non support? So maybe we'll go expand on it so that we all can learn from one another.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Josh. That's a very brilliant question. So when it comes to persistent non-support, for those that are watching, if you don't know what is persistent non-support, it have to do with how the or parent, one parent of the child or children, particularly the man, leaving the woman to cater to all of the children needs. Like the woman want moreover food for the children to eat. The woman alone should send the children to school. Everything that concerns the children. Only the woman wants to suffer to do that. That is why we call non-persistent support. So to your question,
Mhm.
right now, I would say men is responsible for that particular issue of non-persistent support. Because most often the cases that the WAPS officer encounter to the police station, because I'm part of many organizations and we deal with cases like that, and we go to trainings, we listen to experiences, and people who are in that sectors, they always come up with stories like that, so we have ideas on it. So most of the cases that go to the police station or to the women and children protection area, most of the cases that go there are the men. I say men, I'm not saying that the women are not part of non-persistent support. But if we're doing it on average, I would say I would give it if we're doing it from 10 over 10, I would say men carry 7, while women carry 3. You won't find most of the you'll not find women just dashing their children like that. Even though some cases happens. But most often it's the men that always do that. They always leave the children with the women. So I'm not just talking because I feel like guessing, but I'm also in organizations and we work closely with people in our sectors, like the police, the nurses and things. So most often it's the men. So I would like to hear from you because you working in the magistrate in Bomi County. So maybe you can share your own idea with us too.
Okay, just before sharing, before giving my input, another question also comes in to ask, because you made mention that on a high scale or on a high average, you only found women pursuing the cases of persistent non-support. But then now the question is, what if I'm not working as a man, and then my wife or my madam is working, and then she failed to even put money in my pocket? How do I proceed with when I'm in such a situation?
That one is on me. Supposed to go find work. That one is different from the whole discussion. It's different from the discussion. It's different from
Okay.
it. That is more responsibility to can put money in your pocket, mommy. You the provider, you the head of the home.
Okay. Thank you. Just
Okay,
to
George,
add.
George, before you come in, I would like to address that issue on what Thelma
Yeah.
saying that a compulsory for the man to provide for the home while knowing fully well that while knowing
I'm not
wait,
I'm not
Thelma,
saying it's
Thelma,
compulsory.
Thelma,
I'm
Thelma,
not
Thelma,
saying I'm
Thelma,
not saying
Thelma,
it's compulsory. But you
Thelma,
are the head of the home. You gotta
Thelma,
provide. The
Thelma,
woman will
listen
fill
now.
in.
Tema, with all
She'll
due
do the other
respect,
small things.
I listen to you keenly, right? You talk about it. George asked the question and you said, and it is the man's responsibility to go out to go look for job. Whether he get job or not, though, that his responsibility to go out to go look for job because he's supposed to take the responsibility for his family. So I want to say this now. So what if they what George saying? What if the man working? So you the woman you working, so you want to say because you got the main responsibility, to take care of the home, meaning that you won't even help the man. That's what you trying to say. And if that way you are
No.
driving out there, I believe that you won't be doing your boyfriend or your husband justice because that man sitting there, that mean just and waiting to decide to just sit home without doing anything. That the first is
Sure.
all taken into consideration. He just sit and less busy, just saying that oh, I won't do nothing. No, because there's no opportunity, there's no job for him to go and work and bring food to the table so that he can and support his family. That's the reason you see he's sitting down. So if you working as a lady, your duty is to either support your man, try to see if you can even encourage him to pay attention to business while you there doing the work on the other side. But instead of you talking, say, oh, because I had the main responsibility to take care of the home, and then you working, so all of the tasks or the responsibility should be placed on the man, and you'll be doing your boyfriend or your husband justice, Tema. So I believe the question George asked is from that bad driver that George asked that question.
Okay, so I'll come back to that same question. So it depends. It depends. They get men that will not be doing any work, but you will see that he's very helpful in the home. Because I'm the woman, I can be working and you the maid, just be saying that you say the woman should support you without you doing some sort of support in the background. So if the woman going to work and you know that you stay in home, you get anything to do, you should be able to wash the dishes, clean the
Ah,
house,
Tema, you
wash
know
the clothes. Yes, that's a shared responsibility. Yes. Oh, okay.
George, you see the
Let's
place.
turn
George,
it
you see,
around.
George, wait, George,
Let's turn
you see
it
where the problem coming from
around.
now. You see where the problem coming
Let's
from
This
turn
now.
is
it
why I
around.
joined. This is why I joined the show.
Can I
This is
leave,
why I
please?
joined the show.
Can I leave, please?
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
so
Wait,
if
wait a
this
minute.
case was vice versa, if it was vice versa, where that the man working and then the woman staying home, she doing anything, and you already know the answer, definitely she will be the one to wash dishes, wash the clothes, take care of the children and things. So
Sure.
if the woman, if the woman in a position to go to work and the man not doing anything, why he can do that? Why he can do the domestic chores?
So wait, Tema, wait. So you seemingly trying to say that if the man is not working and the man staying home, why you guys having kids
Yes.
home? Why you guys having kids home are supposed to take the responsibility of the house chores and other things? Only because that man working, so the man should be there to wash dishes and other stuff. Why you the woman, you know for the weather, your man working, why you supposed to do? as wife or girlfriend are working, I think you're supposed to be a supportive girlfriend or husband or wife to that man by either empowering him through business or any other means. But by you telling him that he should go because he's working, he should be in the house washing dishes. That I see that to be complete disrespect.
No, so
Yeah, I see that complete disrespect that you trying to.
I
You
see.
try. You trying to. You
No.
trying to push. You trying to
No,
push.
that's
You
not
trying. Wait,
disrespect.
Tell me way. You trying to prove seniority over the man at that point because you feel that
No.
you working and the man working and you forgetting to know the table can turn at any time. So you expecting that man start where that man should start treating you the same way. And gentlemen, that be fair, man.
No.
Yeah,
So
Morrison,
I don't know
I think
why
Thelma
you
is
people
finally right.
taking
No, Thelma not right, bro.
domestic work.
Thelma not right.
No,
I don't want.
I see.
Hey, Gabriel, I don't want you to say Thelma right.
Please.
I don't want you to say
Can I
Thelma right.
read?
Thelma not right.
But
Let Thelma
honestly,
continue.
I
Let
don't
Thelma
know how
continue.
you people are seeing this thing. It's not a big deal for the men to help with domestic chores in the house. It's not a big deal.
I'm not
Yes,
saying it's a
for
big
sure.
deal, Gemma. I'm not saying it's a big deal, but the way in which you placing it, yeah, you simply
No.
trying to know. Listen, now, the way in which you playing it, George on the show, George following probably George will soon come in with understanding. But for my own
No.
understanding, the way I
Are you
understand it, that
understanding it
the
that
way I
way? You
the way I'm
understanding
saying
it
for my
negative.
the way I'm saying for my own way. There are ways that you place or communication or a specific word that will make the person to know say, oh, the director or indirector you're talking to them. The way you wish you place it that being their respect to your boyfriend or your husband. Because you say the man not working, the man home, meaning the man should be the one watching dishes. While you guys having kids home, that's supposed to take the responsibility. So you simply trying to tell the kids that you
No.
guys wait. Tell me, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying.
No.
And you know
No.
the point I'm speaking of that the
No.
referee are trying to bring you to.
No.
So you're trying to
No.
say that the kids
But
home shouldn't do nothing. They should just forget about it because I follow him working. And I
You
follow him
seeing it
working. I
that
follow
way.
every man will see it that
You
way. If you
seeing
check
that
in the
way.
comment section, Nana, if
So
you
what
check in the
if
if you check in the comment section, Nana, you know the thing the men are saying. You know the thing the men are saying. The other guys say, wait.
let
The other
the people talk?
guy,
Let
Charles,
them talk.
Charles CK Katamba say, you know, he say, Oma, I'm a wash what? You see that? To tell
yeah,
you
no,
that.
but Morrison,
But what's the big deal in
Morrison,
washing dishes? What if
Morrison,
all the children go to school and the dirty dishes in the house?
yeah,
You expect the men to help?
No,
It's not
at
no,
a big
first,
thing.
at
If the woman
first,
can
Thelma,
do it, the
you
men
never
can do
put
it
it
too.
away. At first, you never put it away.
Thelma,
At first, you never
No,
put it
for
away.
me,
no, you teaching the narrative for me.
no. But even if the children are in school, it is a responsibility still to get the vision washed before going to school. But if there are kids who are small and cannot be able to do that kind of course, then definitely the men will have to do it. Right? But when our kids that are able, but
Because
they are in school, yes, they can go ahead and do it before. But
seriously, I
if the
don't see
kids
any big
they are
deal in
not
that.
at that age to do it, then it means that the man will have to do it. He has no choice because they all have to share the responsibility. You have to do something.
Yes,
Yeah, you have to do
that's the
something.
point I'm
Yeah,
speaking from,
you got to
Gabriel.
do
But I
something.
don't know how they interpreting it. That's the
Yeah,
point
you
I'm
got to do
speaking
something.
from.
Seriously, Morrison. But if
Gabriel,
the
That's the
kids are older kids,
Gabriel, I'm not disputing the fact
yeah, if
that the both parents shouldn't take the responsibility or do things equally, right? Like if you monitor my day, I posted a video yesterday when I went to pick my daughter
yes,
off
we're
from school.
carrying your kids to school,
Right.
or
Yeah,
go pick up
I
from
want to
school.
pick
Yeah,
her up from school. That
yeah,
alone, that's something that wasn't part of me when I was back home in Liberia, right? And getting
oh yeah,
here, I seen the difference in that both parents, one, you are having kids in America, you guys have to share the cost of the responsibility. So I have to go pick my
oh
daughter
yeah.
up from school every day, and before going to work. Before going to work, I have to pick her up from school every day.
And that's
So
the point I was
I'm
speaking from. But
no,
you
Tema,
just choose to see it from different narrative.
no, Tema, no,
Yeah.
Tema, no. Tema,
So
no.
but
Now
what
what
we
you're
say so
saying.
Morrison?
Now what you are saying. Okay, so
No,
let's get George from the view. Our guest trying
that's my
to join
point,
us.
Morrison.
Our guest trying to join us. I think she having some network issue, but how be it will continue the conversation and getting interesting because gentlemen, I won't sit on the live here and then allow the only female and more to come with all in the conversation. Trust me, I'm not accepting it.
Ah,
Hey, bro, if you
okay,
want,
you can probably say anything now.
But actually, I think you're AYB.
Ah,
I think we'll have to come out. We'll have to come out for part 2 of this discussion next week.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
so what I was saying. Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead,
Josh coming
Josh.
in.
Okay, Thelma, you are pushing a point, but then you are allowing a skill to lay one side. You are not balancing the skill.
How?
Because this is where the issue of persistent non-support, if you read the domestic relation law, it is clear, and if you can like read it piece by piece, it will tell you that one should support his or her dependents. Now it goes with it saying that as long the man is incapacitated to perform that responsibility, and then you, the woman, have the capacity to perform his responsibility, therefore, same should be done. The reason why we, the men, we don't take women to call for persistent non-support is because of sometimes, let me just say, it's because of ego. Sometimes we say, I want to spoil my knee, man. I want to spoil my knee. Or my friend will laugh at me. But sincerely speaking, Thelma, there are some instances, man, to even get your own nickel, to even get your own mind in your pocket to provide for your family. It's not easy. But your Jew, you have your fiancé or you have your wife who is working, earning good money. And then some of them, they will renege their responsibility and push you against the wall. This is what causing some of the SGBV or stuff within the country. This is what causing some of the violence. You see, sometimes the men get frustrated and you hold the woman. Though I'm not, let me send a disclaimer that I'm not in support of sexual-based violence. I'm not in support of it, or I'm not in support of domestic violence. But what I'm saying, that if you do your survey, some of the reasons that cause these domestic violence derive from some of this issue. Women with some women will be working, and they see the man struggling to even get contract to do is not easy. Then at the end of the day, they tell that man to carry to call for persistent non-support. You are killing the man slowly. You are killing the man, and then you will see the man you hijacking. You won't pay a during school fee, but you got a means as the work to pay that school fee. But you will tell the man, or you will go from place to place carrying a complaint. You don't want to pay a children's school fee. You don't want to pay attention to us. You there, you die. You just saying that in the hall, what they're eating. You just there. You're not even doing that one. You're not even doing that one. But did you empower the man? Like what Dennis or Dassin was saying. You should empower the man. They see what we can do it. When we feel that you sitting home and then we're working, we empower you, we give you business money, we give you the food money every day, we give you the children's school fees, we buy clothes, we pay current bill, we pay just name it. So at the end of the day, you will find out somebody men will create that anger. Or even it happen in some instances where the men working, the men doing everything, they did that man go broke, or that man go down, forget it. That one will not pay, you will not listen again. So you create frustration in the man's heart. So sometimes the men just see you like there is no need for you to be near him.
So George,
You see that, and sometimes some men too, they don't just control their anger. Sometimes some men too, there are women working, they giving them money because you talk so now. We sometimes some of them will be relaxing. I get my beamer. she's supporting me. And the Jew sometimes also, you even know how she getting her money. She give it to you. Sometimes she invests, but then he get there, he will be there lavishing the money. But in a nutshell, the law says everyone have equal responsibility in a home. When the man is not working, the woman is responsible. So when you're working, as long as woman working, you are responsible to support that home. When the woman is not working, the man is responsible. That what the domestic relation law says. You see it? So the issue about Thelma, you were a little bit harsh to say the man will leave home, he be washing the dishes, he be washing the clothes. There are ways to say, hey,
there where my
you see it? Because you have children. The children come to school to wash the dishes.
Yeah,
the children come to school to wash the clothes. But you were too harsh.
The way in which he plays the entire thing.
So it is at an equilibrium point. Yeah, nobody can say, oh, are the men you responsible to? Yeah, the man is the head of the home. But there are some times the men go broke. You the woman, as long as you have the potential, you should support the home. That is my point.
Yeah, so
okay, thank you. Our guest trying to enter and she find it difficult. So while we await her, we'll continue the discussion.
So you see, George, Chema coming.
George is saying that the women should be able to empower the men if he's not doing anything. Agreed. And I know a lot of ladies, young girls, and even mature women in Liberia who are supporting. They are supporting their partner. They can give to them. They can do things for them. But if you
all
see
right,
a
so
lady complaining,
out of 5, the ratio out of 5, what would be the skill? Out of 5, yeah, what would be the skill?
On what?
The women that are supporting the men. Yeah, the women that are supporting
the women are doing very well in supporting men, though.
For the skill of 5, what would be the skill?
3 over 2, 3 over 5.
Oh God,
3 over 5.
You even add 0 there, you don't even see 0.
Why would I ask you that? Seriously.
Ask skill hard, impossible. Liberia.
Gentlemen, my fellow panelists, I still maintain that the man is the provider of the home. Yes, the woman will support him. Women have always been doing that. We always get something in our waist bag to add up to the home.
Not everyone. Not everyone.
We always get something to add up. We always get something to add up to the home. But the woman, if the woman doing such a thing for you, she's taking full responsibility of the home. You, the man, you should be able to support her emotionally. Support her in every way you can. At least she will feel relaxed and say, oh yes, my partner, he doesn't have this.
So you're gonna support if you're working and you're being working, you're gonna support, you want your man to give you have to be washing dishes, washing.
I don't know how you rather seeing this washing dishes. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing.
All right, so Thelma, you see the problem there. You see the problem there, like Joyce said, right? You see the problem in Liberia. Most often you see domestic violence among young people, most especially that relationship. The reason you see these things, the country itself, we find ourselves in, young people are at the edge of a lot of disadvantage when it comes to that, in terms of there's no job opportunity. A young man see himself sitting home, and then only because he feel seeing his girlfriend can go out, get 1 or 2 stuff, and come back home, that girlfriend don't want to pay respect to him. And in the house, you don't know what that man going through. At the end, it will raise the man anger, right? They say what made men vex, make them angry,
there is
right?
no excuse for
Wait,
violence.
Thelma, come in.
There is no
What?
excuse for violence, Morrison. No, just
I'm
know
not
that.
trying. I'm not trying to give excuse for violence, but sometimes based on these things, the reason these things happen is derived from these things, right? They may already say no, may not doing nothing, and then you going out, you can get your one or two things, you come home. Instead of you supporting the man by encouraging him or putting words in his face, but you will be there putting words in the man's face at the same time doing things out of the way. What you expect that man to do? I'm not here to support violence. I'm one person 100% against violence, but it derives from these things. You're the women, you're taking advantage of the young people, the young guys in our country who are not doing anything, and because you feel you can go out and get one or two things, you'll come back home. More especially the one that's staying with a boyfriend. And I can tell this to people, to our young brother out there, bro. If you're not working, you don't get no man, don't keep woman to your heart. Because at the end, that all seriously, the disadvantage will be too much on you. Attitude and every part of you. The person will push you to the wall that you will try to develop yourself in that kind of a form and manner. So if you don't have money, just avoid keeping woman to your horse and leave under your normal routine. What the person to that horse, to your horse. But Thelma, to be honest, you guys are the one that really push the young people to do things that you are not doing. Seriously,
No, we
because
pushing anybody.
Yeah,
I
Moses.
know I
So
We
now,
are not relationship.
Yeah,
Relationship
yeah.
is
let
understanding.
Tema,
Yeah.
let use Princess case and that of this guy, because the case the case have been dealt with from the court,
Princess
so
and
it
Jala.
is no longer, yeah, it is no longer sub judice. So I think we can discuss. I can use that as a case study.
Okay.
According to the narrative that this guy and Princess were in the same church. They got fall in love with Princess. According to the story, but I don't know whether it is the fact or it is true. And then Princess, because of the love they got her for Princess, he started tripping on his madam. And then at the end of the day, man built Princess up, took her from one stage to another. And then once you got on the stage where everything was good, after making this man downplay or downside his entire family, and then she tried to slip away from this guy after he had reached to a point for her to help him, and then she tried to move away. Gemma, I want to get some clarity from you. If this was in your case, do you think that man would be standing to be clapping, even though we are not in support of violence, but do you think he was said to be clapping or he be laughing, or will he suffer from some psychological problem that will lead him to the violence that he got involved into today?
Yeah. So first thing first, he had no business going to find girlfriend somewhere when he know he has his family, a wife he's staying with. If that a wife are going to do that thing to him, and then we can say, oh yes, the woman, she's not good. The man did all the things for her, this, that. But you can be a married man. You can't, when you feel that you help her for the single young girl, you'll be the helper. And the day she find her own husband that she thinks she won't marry, she will go to that question. If you are going through psychological problem based on that particular thing because you did things for her and she left you, all you can do, you go in your corner, you cry, you find a way to forget about it and focus on your family. So I think you know for different cases to make has a case study for this particular podcast.
I'm not speaking in the context of the man being married. The man is not married.
I thought we're using Jala and Princess case.
What I'm saying, but the Jala and Princess case, was Jala a legally married man?
Yeah, so I heard.
So the case study I'm using, let's forget about the marriage issue.
And Thelma said defending herself, so she's going to the where she can hold on to.
Yeah, she's looking for points. She's trying to win this.
No,
She's trying to
no,
pay for this argument to
no,
stay
it's the
Wow.
on.
network.
So
The
George. So
network.
you see for Jara case that I've been following. If you notice that people that have been talking about Jara, they know Jara to be somebody that is non-violent, and but
Yeah.
sometimes you see, but sometimes you see the thing they call frustration. Like I said, these women are the one that sometimes put men in action that they didn't expect themselves to be in. But how be it, you as a man, you rather need to control yourself, like what Thelma said, if you feel that you feel it this and frustrated or XYZ, you can go in the corner and cry and then again and then get away with it. Because Quarter and shoulder, bro. And there's a difficult thing. There are a lot of girls back home, a lot of women back home who can tame men to the extent that they do things out of the way that the man is supposed to do to them. I'm a living witness to that. I'm a living witness to that. People that know me in Rehefi,
Mhm.
people that know me in Rehefi, I'm a living witness to that. I experienced it at the time. I was I was I was working with one organization called Shimadas Liberia. I was the lead in our organization, always in the forefront of advocating for women and girls against domestic violence against women. I used to be the police station to women and children protection session looking for cases that they abuse women and men beating on women and other stuff. But I was experiencing it. I was experiencing it, but only because I feel within myself that the position I'm holding, at times I really want to react, but I can't do it because of the position I'm
So
holding. At times I really want to seriously, bro. Serious thing I tell you. At times I want to react, but when I want to do it, I look back and say, no, the position I hold. If the kids go outside, they will say, oh, that Morrison the one I can be on radio talking about a man beating woman, or Morrison can be the police station running cases. So based on that, I just swallow it and just let it go. So tell me, like what I'm saying, sometimes the women are the cause. We are not in favor of domestic violence, but the women are the cause. So you guys are always there pushing and talking on behalf of your fellow women. You guys should always be there to sensitize them too, to tell them that they should know that regardless of the man's status, whether the man working or not, once you feel that man as your boyfriend, you should pay a full respect to him as your boyfriend. Instead of they respecting him because you feel that you working and the man not working, or you feel the man just sitting home doing nothing, so many you should they respect the man. No.
Yeah, and Morrison, let me come in small in regards to the case just spoken about, right? And issue on discussion. To be frank, and we all know that there are actions that cause or causes another action, right? But no matter what, right? Even if you build a woman a house and furnish the house with whatsoever thing that you are opportune to furnish it with, and that lady try to take her back from you to another person, still it doesn't require you getting the violence. We know that it triggers your emotions, it triggers your feelings, especially what you have done or what you have done, and you are seeing such a thing coming back at you. Right? We all feel like we're acting at every time that you and share your own experience, right? So it is same with everyone, right? You will feel like we're acting, but notwithstanding, you know that your reactions is very wrong. She has a right to choose to leave if that is marriage, she has a right to leave the marriage. If that is that boyfriend and girlfriend, she also has a right to leave also. So if sort of thing happens to you as a person, you as a man, well, we know that action can trigger another action. But notwithstanding, violence is not the way, right? If you
Gabriel,
feel that you
Gabriel,
cannot
what I
handle
can
this,
say to you is, Gabriel, what I can say to you is individual differences. And I pray that you shouldn't be that guy. Don't never be that guy. Like the only thing I can tell you, bro. Yeah, don't be that guy. Yeah, seriously. The only thing I can tell you, bro, don't be that guy. But people handle things differently. People express
yeah, I
themselves
agree.
differently. So the only thing I can tell you, my dear brother, don't be that guy. That's all.
Oh yeah, God willing, I won't be that guy again, right? Because I haven't worse
Oh,
experience
you had
in
that
regards to
experience
that.
before? You had that experience?
Yeah, yeah,
Then
it
it's
was.
one more minute. We mean it to y'all. Y'all for we when we open our own mouth to tell you people happy. If other women come on this platform to explain.
All right, so Tema, I want to
Yeah, we
ask.
know
Thank
that.
God, thank God, we having George George on the live. All right, and then George work with the bombing ministry record. So I want to ask this question to George based on the current and issues that that are trending in Liberia about the recent rape case that are going on in Liberia, where the deputy youth export minister Miguel and the other guy from Ministry of Agriculture Sando. So I want to ask the question to George: is there a specific law currently now in Liberia preventing perpetrators that are being alleged to be roaming while investigation going on, while on the other side the other individual have been apprehended and then is currently behind bar while a certain group of person have been the certain group of person just walking freely while investigation going on? Because for me, what I know all the time I've been like advocating against rape and domestic violence in Liberia, I know that the first thing, you are alleged or you found guilty of the act, the most important thing, once that name is behind you, rape, you're supposed to be held in custody until full investigation before you can be released. But for now, the case of Miguel is still remaining around, and we are in that the Liberia National Police coming out a lot of reports saying that they need to do and handle DNA tests or forensic whatsoever they're supposed to do before they can go through the entire findings and go and arrest Miguel. So you in Bombay County Magistrate Court, you having some knowledge on some of these things, and I believe that you have encountered a lot of cases like this. So what would be your fair saying to us so that we can understand from your point?
Okay, thank you. Firstly, let me send a disclaimer that I'm speaking as the coordinator for the JPK Foundation for Justice and Humanity.
Okay. All right.
Not, and not speaking as the spokesman from the judiciary.
All right.
So the issue of justice, is sometimes move in a direction like it does not see who is involved. Whether, like I said the other day, whether you are a beta bus setter, whether you are a Yana ball, whether you are a taxi driver, whether you are a minister, whether you are a representative, I think the only exception that the Constitution gave is the president. The president. But you see, again, this is why, and I like the way people following the issue. I listened to Councillor Gonglo, Chawan Gonglo, who is a legal luminary. He was at the central of the Liberia National Police. And he sent a caveat that the police should do the right thing. Because over the years, with all of the experience some of us have within a space, the moment one is accused of rape, and then more especially where it have gone viral and reached at the level of the Liberia National Police, the law say, and with the information and with all of the examination that was done that prove that penetration did occur, then what more? What more you want? Instead that they are trying to incite rape in Liberia, is that what they're trying to incite? Because definitely, if you follow the issue, it will tell you that in fact you see somebody talking, but let a day small minute get involved into rape, then somebody can say they come here arrest somebody. That day they will kill us, or that day something will happen. So you see what it is creating, probably you will do it, or it is happening right now. People don't know the effect. But as time goes back, tomorrow when the common man do it, then you go arrest him. You know what you're trying to spark up? Nobody is above the law. Minister McGill should go, she appear, exonerate himself. He should exonerate himself because the law provides that one who alleged should prove. It they say when they accuse you of rape, meaning you are a rapist. No, until it can be proven in a court of competent jurisdiction, and where you are being, where when the evidence is glaring, you will be brought down guilty. When the evidence is weak or is not strong, you will be acquitted immediately. So, what is the big deal? Why you can't go and exonerate yourself? But I'm seeing the whole thing like the Liberia National Police need to do their job. Do the job and let the other branch of government handle it. You responsible for investigation and prosecution. You just have to enforce the law. Carry it to the place where they're supposed to interpret it when they go to where they're supposed to interpret the law. When they say the mayor, the evidence people bring, in fact, if the people say the court should be the one requesting for forensic, or the lawyer of the defendant should be the one requesting for forensic. In the court now, not at the police station.
Well, Liberia National Police requesting for it.
No. So, the Liberia National Police is telling us, are they party to the case? Are they the lawyer now?
That's the same question I'm
Are they
asking.
the lawyer now?
The Liberia National Police
Are they the lawyer?
is the one requesting for the forensic test or the DNA test that the Liberia National Police requesting for instead of the family, right?
I think the
Is that what? Is that
the executive branch.
Has that been the normal practice? Let's look at the case. Let's look at the case of Mo Ali. When Mo Ali, when the girl said she was pregnant for him, Mo Ali was compared to support that girl until she delivered. And when she delivered, he went and did DNA. He requested the court to do DNA. And when they did the DNA, the result came. The NFB should not be the one requesting for forensic or examination. That is wrong. It is not in line with their procedure. You see it? So they are only doing it to let the family, maybe to weaken the family, and they say Olia on the wall. But it is wrong. It is sending a bad signal in the public, and it is sending a bad signal to those who or someone who having the mind of committing sin. Because the message that is going on.
The funny part of it, George, you see how God can do things. Yeah. Right within that time, even take much time, another one happened with another government official from the Ministry of Agriculture. So God just do it that way for them to see what would be their approach from that point. Yeah. So they ought to go arrest Sano, and Sano is beyond bad. And I listened to the report that said, and the RG was justifying that Sando was caught in the act. So meaning that that's sufficient evidence to put Sando behind bar. There were witnesses that what I read. So why because of my guilt? Why because of my guilt? With all of the evidence the family have put forth, why because of my guilt? Bro, the people just trying to say the common people in that, bro, those that don't have the hand don't have justice again. That was sensing. Seriously, that was sensing.
Yeah, but that's how it is now at this point.
It will be very, very bad for our country. seriously.
Yeah, it is sending
Yeah.
it is sending bad
So,
signal. Bad signal.
so the enforcement of law is being selective. Who is the executive branch is being selective on who to be punished and who not to be punished. So obviously, I think the issue of narrowing it down to the police, making the issue to look small, right? But this issue is with the executive branch headed by the president, right? Because the president has the authority, they have the authority as per the law, right, to mandate the police to get the man arrested and placed behind bar and forward and the case being forward to court, leaving the executive out of it and now going back to the judiciary. But notwithstanding, as we are seeing, it's not working that way.
And
It's not working that way.
I didn't see President Cueto suspend people. So why now? And Maggie
Yeah,
on a case, the president can just come out and say, okay, Maggie, please provide yourself in for questioning. Why the president can do that?
yeah,
But if you listen, you
yeah,
go in the morning, you see the president not suspended one. And I tell comment
yeah,
official. So now we have for
yes.
Thelma as the lone female, more also Thelma we have for you.
Yeah, so as for me, all this boils down to uh how people don't they lack knowledge in reporting rape cases, or like knowing the right thing to do once there is a rape case, once rape case happens here. So I think from the beginning, if the victim's family had a knowledge when a particular act happened on that day, they should have they could have just taken the girl straight to the police station, but then they will have all physical evidence, because once you take the case to the police station will send you to the hospital, and there the professional people who know how to handle cases like that, they will do all the necessary tests, they will take photos and things, and they will even have the evidence. They will have first-hand evidence. So I also think that what the president should have done as well, or our lawmakers, those involved in the issue of that Magio rape case, they should have set him down, like make him to put him on like suspension, wherein he can go to be able to give himself in for investigation, so that we can know the truth surrounding that whole story. Because somebody for that status, they can have such a huge crime hanging over them, allegedly. They can have it hanging over them, and then they still holding the Liberian people position. Because firstly, for a man to have rape case behind him is very disgraceful.
No,
It's
he have been
embarrassing.
suspended. He have been suspended by the president already.
Oh, he has been suspended already.
Yeah, he have been
Okay.
suspended already.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah. So everything just go down to I think we now we gotta start educating people on the steps to take once any of their family member or they themselves are victims of rape cases. Once you know that somebody abused your child, your sister, your daughter, even you yourself, the first thing you should do, go straight to the hospital. Go straight to the hospital, and then they will do all your tests. They will get it. They will get all the first hand evidence. Now all the people can say when they're doing awareness, they say when somebody rape your child, don't bathe the child. You the young woman that they rape, don't take back, don't change your clothes. You have to go just the way it happened to you. You go straight to the hospital, because if you go there, it will be very easy for the people to be able to have first-hand evidence, and that evidence will be able to use to hold the perpetrator. But if you go, you wait, you say now, you wait 1 week to pass, you wait for 2 weeks to pass, 1 month to pass before you bring that case up, it can be very difficult to investigate it, because by then all evidence, all first-hand evidence that could hold a perpetrator down, it has been destroyed.
All right, so let's wait for George to come because George worked with the JBK Foundation for Justice and Humanity. So George, what's your organization position in the entire case? What are some of the things you guys are trying to do, and since the victims and parents, since the victim parents are not getting the actual justice that they deserve,
Justice that
based
they
on,
deserve.
yeah, based on the entire case that going on, how the government is trying to play with this case, and you guys always advocating for justice for the common people. What are you guys' position?
Uh, from the angle of the JPK Foundation, you know, uh, when it comes to investigation, more especially with capital offense or offenses, uh, for me, I want to say, I don't want to say right now that the government is playing or maybe is manipulating the issue. I don't want to say that because the justice system has layers. They have their own mode of operandis. They have the way they do this investigation. But I can tell you frankly that now the world we live in, when one is doing wrong, you will know. When one is doing the right thing, you will definitely know. So sometimes they will see themselves in the picture. They will see themselves, or they will see it from the public opinion. They will see it from the public opinion. But I just want to, we are sitting and then waiting to see how this investigation will end, because the victim family had a lawyer already into the issue, and I believe the lawyer will pursue or will go after the issue, because he said it. Councillor Gongro said he will go after that case until he reach to the bottom. So we all just need to sit and wait for the outcome of that investigation, because sometimes investigation you don't rush it. Sometimes you rush the investigation, you can even tamper with some evidence, more especially in these type of sensitive cases. Sometimes you tamper with the evidence. Sometimes you destroy the evidence that what the father was saying. I think you wasted that video. The father said the suspect went to a house to go and negotiate for settlement. So how authentic that information is? You don't even you did not show video or audio recording to the public as to how you and the man were sitting or what gallery you go in. But then he is informing the public that the man even went to him to compromise the issue. So again, we from these organizations that sometimes advocate for the right of some of these things, more especially the victim, because this thing have its own stigma. This is why when you go for most of the training, the people will tell you they sometimes they are more interested in the stigmatization aspect, because one may be looking at that girl and in fact somebody look at her, she go where even she want to speak. People say, "Oh, go man, you, damn it, the minister go review you." Yeah. Some of them will even speak without fact or without evidence. So again, from the angle of the JPK Foundation, we are waiting patiently to see how the Ministry of Justice will probe into or will conduct this investigation to come up with a logical conclusion that the public always see it, or that will be in line with the law controlling this country.
All right, so thank you so much. I think you just brought something to my attention, and I would like for us to have that conversation this coming Tuesday on our random discussion segment about perpetrators that have been put behind bar for a very, very long time and for rape, for an alleged rape issues. And up to now, their case haven't been heard. I would love for us to talk about that this coming Tuesday. So I don't know how you see it because of the JBK stand for justice and humanity. I don't know how you see it. And then we could just
Yeah,
turn the mic over.
I'll be available. In fact, we'll provide some information as to why sometimes they are overstayed
Yeah, yeah.
in
So,
prison.
all right.
So
So,
we
So Tuesday will be for that specifically. So Tuesday will be here talking about that identical issue. So let me turn the mic over to the host for the Women RF segment. Even though she tried her best to connect with her guests, and her guest kept trying to join the live, but I believe there are some network issues from her end. So I turn the mic over to you, Tema.
Okay, thank you. So since we will soon be going to an end of the show, all what I want to say to our viewers is that after all the talks about women, men, gender-based violence and things, everything comes down to one thing: how we care for our mental health. And when you are facing a very difficult situation, how to cope with it, how to cope in a way that you will not go to the negative side, you will not think negatively that it will affect you for today and tomorrow. So if you find yourself in a situation as a man, as a woman, every situation you find yourself in, the best thing I will encourage you to do is to seek help. Seeking help is the way forward. In Liberia, yeah, if you don't know, they have organizations, they have some NGOs. Like for instance, if you go Nukuta and Simba Bridge, they have labs, they have community health initiative, they have the AFIA, but that's local labs. Labs meaning they focus on psychosocial counseling. So if you know that you are going through some issues, some problem, that you can't think straight, you are so confused, and then you just thinking on negative things, like the way they get leave me, or the way I get job, I will just kill myself, I will do the one. Once you know you find yourself in that situation, please seek help. Talk to someone. Talk to someone that you feel and know that you can be free with. A problem share is a problem solved. So once you talk to people, I believe that you'll be able to have solution to your problem. Even if the solution will not be permanent, but it will be something that will help you to manage yourself through that difficult period so that you can come out as a better person. The reason why most people resort into violence, like you see men killing their women, their girlfriends, men burning women, men doing all sort of things, and even the women. Most of the time, you see women being so violent, aggressive on their partner. Everything has to do with the emotions. Once you are not fine from inside, your outside part will be bad. Why I say once you are not fine internally, your action will always speak louder and negatively. So I want to encourage everyone, if you are facing a situation, seek help. We have labs in Simple Bridge, labs in Nukuta, and even if you're not living in that area, you get in your community, look for somebody to talk to, look for some elderly person, look for a trusted person, pastor, imam, somebody that you know you can trust. Explain your situation to them so that they can be able to help give you comfort or the necessary advice that can help you to not put yourself in harm's way. So thank you today. Thank you all for being
So,
on this show.
so what about the women are always in the constant habit of fighting men as well?
Yes, so that's where we comes in. We as NGOs, we that always advocate for human rights and things. That's where we come in. We need to do more. Even though we are doing something, but we need to do more and we need to work harder. Because if we are often organizing workshops, going in the communities as organizations, going on the school campuses, and then hosting or talk sessions with people, with women, with men, with young men, young women, if we're hosting different trainings with them, telling them how to behave, I think it will have a positive impact on their mindset. Because once somebody have the right knowledge, they know that as a woman, I'm supposed to be challenging men, I'm supposed to be violent, Once they're getting that education, that knowledge, you will see that some of those things that we see today, it will start to be reducing, it will minimize. So
All
we need
right.
to do more.
All right, so to the men out there who have been victim of women hitting on you, I would like to say you can contact the JPK Foundation for Justice and Humanity so that they can plead your own case as well. Because Thelma said that the women should contact loud, so you can contact the JPK Foundation for
No,
Justice and
the men can
Humanity.
even go there too, but
Yeah, and humanity, they will be
most time, the men
they
can be
will
shooting
be.
to report case like that.
Tema, please wait. You are talking. Okay, you change. Please wait. Please wait. Let me tell the
No, but
men
you
where to
keep
go to.
bias now.
No, wait. Let me tell the men where to go to. So if you have been victim of women hitting on you in the home and all of that, feel free to contact the JPK Foundation for Justice and Humanity. They're going to stand in your case and make sure that you get the necessary justice that you deserve. So, George, we get
Yeah,
limited
yeah.
time.
Thank you for the awareness. Just what Tema. We talk so. So that made a show. We gotta make a show balanced and enjoyable. So we
Yeah.
ourselves we are waiting too. Tema, I can tell you, there are some time there's sometimes I can sit and just watching this thing. You see some Jew there knocking on the man. You say I'm talking, you talking, I'm talking. Even when you talking, the person you know you. Oh, there's someone that get angry because you talking. The man I'm talking. Sometimes they go in and hold you. Sometimes they take water wasting on you. Do all of these things. So I think these are some method or disorderness. So it is a good thing. But then my recommendation is that some of these things, the same way we have a rehab where when people are involved into illicit substances, I think we should have a home, a big area where we can see some of these people being paid by this same organization, and then help people to talk to them while they're talking to you. You're learning something, and then from there you can be a good person and come back in the society.
Oh yes, it happening here in the US. And
Yeah.
once the parents know that they can't handle you, the best thing they do, they either take you to the group home so that you can be there and then going through some training and other stuff so that you'll be able to leave from there and be somebody good for yourself. So what you're saying, George, it made a lot of sense. So for the men out there, like I said, you can contact the JPK Foundation for Justice and Humanity. If you have been victim of women beating on you, feel free to contact them. They're going to go through your case and then make sure that you get the justice that you deserve. Not only the women, we're talking for the men too. So we have in limited time to draw the curtain for today edition. I would like to read a few of the comment, and then we just get 1 minute of the parting comment for each panelist, and then we call it a day. So today we have our dear brother Amadu, who happened to be one of the panelists for the humanity conversation. Amadu is watching from Painesville. He just messaged me that the reason he couldn't join the show, he having some huge work load on him today, so he couldn't join the show. So okay, George is on the show already. George, before George could join, he said, "I'm following for Thelma, Brest City, Bome County, Western Liberia," and they were having Charles CK Katamba. Charles said, "I'm following from New Liberty Gold Mine." Okay, so Charles is following. Charles also said, "You're not easy, old man. I'm a watch what." Okay, so Charles was referring to the statement made by the CEO. And then I have in mind my Secretary General for the Standing Hands Liberia, Carlos Oscar Dennis Sr., said, "Our CEO, the memo watch this shape close and cook. Okay, so basically these are comments for today, and we appreciate every one of you for following the humanity conversation, and which happen to be the Women and Health Talk segment. So every Tuesday is the Women and Health Talk segment, and the host Thelma Edward want to be here always to talk on issues that affecting women and other necessary things relating to health matter. So always follow Thelma Edward on Tuesday on the humanity conversation. All right, so let us
It's
say
Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
okay,
Wednesday.
pardon me, Wednesday. That the random discussion now we sort of have with George. Sort of how we George next week Tuesday. You're talking here. So all right, so let's take 1 minute of the party comment. We start with George and then Tema and then I close up.
Okay, once again, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to the Humanity Conversation for again having me on this unique platform, and to our CEO for the extended hands, Liberia, Miss Tema, and to all of our colleagues, our panelists, and those of us that are following. I want to say thank you for the show. It was good having or being in such a platform, and I look forward joining you guys next week Tuesday so that we can share our idea that will help our country, Mama Liberia. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, George.
not only next week Tuesday, you are welcome to join the Humanity Conversation anytime. The Humanity Conversation is here for all non-profit organization leaders to join this platform to discuss issues that are affecting the common people in our country, because we notice that there are a lot of platforms who just focus on entertainment and politics. So we want to deviate from that, and we just want to focus on the issues that are affecting the common people. So George, you are welcome not only Tuesday, you are welcome anytime on the Humanity Conversation. All right, Tema.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so thanks to my co-host, Morrison, Dassin, and the panelists that was on the show today. Yeah, you guys made the show very interesting. And to our viewers, I want to say thank you for always following us on the Humanity Conversation podcast. And the only way you can be a help to us, to support us, is to be able to join us every time we are here to discuss issues that affect people in Liberia. So thank you for always being here with us. Please don't get tired. Keep supporting us by following the show, liking, sharing our podcast. And if you are even having some interest in what we do here as well, you just send us a message, and then we all can be able to discuss issues that affect people in Liberia. Thank you all very much.
All right, so thank you so much, Tema Edward, the CEO of Extended Hands Liberia, that said the men should wash dishes, wash clothes. Okay, thank you so much to the CEO. It was nice having you on your show. It was nice having you on the show. If you're just joining, this is the Humanity Conversation. The Humanity Conversation is a podcast that highlights major human interest stories in Liberia and other part of the world. My name is Morrison Dassin Jr., and I serve as a co-host for the Women and Health Talk segment for today. And that's how we would like to join the curtain for today's edition. Next time you see all here will be tomorrow, and on our career guide, and then tomorrow will be the last day of the week for our program, which will be the career guide. After tomorrow, it will be Monday, which will be the research experience segment, Tuesday, the random discussion, and then Wednesday, the Women and Health segment. So thank you so much for staying with us. For my end, I would like to say peace and love, and that's how I would like to close up. Thank you guys so much for joining us again.
And what for Clipper? If for Clipper, my people tired suffering. We need a change. Listen. You not need to tell me what's happy. I can see it in your eye, no something happy. I can see it. You're not talking, but your heart talking. Telling me you're hungry, you're not getting nothing. You're bold, you're can't afford. Some of your life more than dig hole and cover hole. Some of your lost you the civil war. Some of your breadwinners said you government said no job. You're fed up with the hard living. Just to survive, some of your inner in the street baking. We call the people who's up to help you. Who you voted for? Look at how they turn their back on you. They lie. They're not finished with the poverty reduction strategy. They lie to your division 2030. So empty. So Kale and give it. At the end, they defeat all of your improperty. Calamity. I wish I was a millionaire. And someone there I know and Ryan, let me make it clear. Instead of joining politics, I will build horses. Get loans to the poor so they can pay taxes. here.